Is this a very busy time in your career? But then I was reading that, in 90s there was a time when you were doing 25 movies together.
There was a time I had around 22 releases, and you can understand the kind of work I had to do, like working at least three, four shifts a day. This Jubilee and my Shesh Pata, which is running right now.
Right.
There is a huge difference. So people in at least Calcutta who had watched were saying, and they have written also that this man is Shrikant Roy. How can this man be Valmiki? There are some heroes who have been taken as only as a star, but my point is, see a person like Mithunda, Shami Kapoor ji, or Dev Saab, or our Uttam Kumar, or Shivaji. They all were fantastic actors. I'm not talking about Dilip Kumar ji, because Dilip Kumar ji has always been taken as a very good actor. I think whatever I'm till today in at least in West Bengal, whatever I've achieved, it's for the commercial cinema. Hi, I'm Prosenjit Chatterjee. You are watching Bollywood Hungama. Love you.
Prosenjit, good to see you in Mumbai. Very happy to be doing this interview just with you. We last spoke in a group of your Jubilee team.
Yeah,
thank you for coming to Mumbai and thank you for doing this. My first question is, I was going to ask you that, is this a very busy time in your career? But then I was reading that, in 90s there was a time when you were doing 25 movies together.
No, I mean, the busy part is like, from last 10, 12 years I have really reduced. I have started working. थोड़ा सा मतलब साल पे 2-3-4 picture max, but there was a time I had around 22 releases, and you can understand the kind of work I had to do, like working at least three, four shifts a day. I mean, I used to go on floor around 2 o'clock in the morning. Believe me, I mean, that was the time I used to sleep only for maybe 3 to 4 hours, and so my average releases for at least 15 years was more than 14 a year. So that was my average, and there are some cinema halls in suburbs area which like my films ran for one year. Like it came down, another film, and at that time that the film used to run for 12 weeks, 14 weeks, all those stuffs like. But from last 7, 8, 9 years, I've decided I will do some good work, and I mean those were also good, but that's absolutely hardcore commercial cinema. And I think whatever I'm till today in at least in West Bengal, whatever I've achieved, it's for the commercial cinema. And then I started doing commercial cinema with Autograph and Baishes Rabon, but a very different film. And I think with the time also multiplex came, the audience were new, we have the young audience, so I wanted to cater to that audience. So that's like, and honestly speaking, this Jubilee and my Shesh Pata, which is running right now, absolutely two different kind of a character, but both are artists. And there is a huge difference. So people in at least Calcutta who had watched were saying, and they have written also that this man is Shrikant Roy. How can this man be Valmiki, who is a mad writer? So I'm really enjoying this moment basically.
Right. In Shesh Pata, Valmiki the writer, he's going through some kind of a turmoil. He's has had a personal loss. The way the society is, everything that my question is, how do you model a character like? What is your process to become? Everybody said, I read the reviews. Everybody said you are the character. You're in the skin of the character. This is you. They could never see the actor, they could never see the star behind that. What is your process of getting into it?
I had been trying this for years with some of my very eminent character which I had done. I had done one Gautam Ghosh Moner Manush, where I played a character which is from 35 to 108. It's a real character. It's like Kabir, So there also I won national awards. My makeup man, the makeup artist also won the national awards. So I've been trying to do this continuously. But for Valmiki in Shesh Pata, of course, I mean, I know there are few people who had gone to theatre to see that we need to find out Prosenjit in this. So, my vision, or you can say a kind of a satisfaction, as an actor or as an artist, I'll not say only artist, that if I can, it's like painting, if I can paint a character where in one point of time when audiences are watching the film, if I can say that in one point of time they can forget that they're watching Prosenjit and they come out and saying that, वो वाल्मीकि ने ऐसा किया था. then believe me, as an artist, I will be very happy. So that's my a continuous process, and I take long time to do this kind of a character. I take around 8-9 months. I don't do any work, and I try to, you know, even if you see that body of Shrikant Roy and Valmiki is different. It's like when I'm wearing, you know, it's a very middle class, lower middle class character who's just staying in one room. So when I'm wearing all those, you know, old days, t-shirt type of things, I wanted my bones to be seen very nice. So I have done all those, you know, I have been, and my body language. And of course, finally it's director. Again, I'm really happy that I had worked with Vikram. Is one of those, you know, that was one of my very, of course, I wanted to do a good character, but with the director, of course, it's very important.
Very important.
And I've worked with Otunu, who, and my last film with Otunu was also super hit.
Yeah.
It won national award. So I try to work maybe in every 2 years this kind of, and I enjoy it.
You enjoy it.
So reinventing myself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then I as a creative person, I get bored.
Right.
You know, if I don't take this kind of a challenges.
Right. This is possible because you're not doing 20-25 in a year. Right?
No, not at all. Sometimes I do maybe maximum two films a year. Sometime, yeah.
Right. So, you know, if I compare, that was the need of the hour at that time and you did it very well. Today, this is the need of the hour. Personally, what process do you enjoy?
You see, both are very difficult. Honestly speaking. I told it because there was a very common question to me, especially because my body of work has been for a long time and the rest have just started their career. So I said, both are very important, you know. When people say, though I have also a dialogue in Jubilee that star banaya, star ban kar actor. But my point is, see a person like Mithunda, see a person like Shami Kapoor ji or Dev Saab or our Uttam Kumar or Shivaji. They all were fantastic actors. You know, how can somebody say, I mean, I can say 1,000 names. Like, you know, I'm not talking about Dilip Kumar ji, because Dilip Kumar ji has always been taken as a very good actor.
Right.
Uttam Kumar was a wonderful actor. But there are some heroes who have been taken as only as a star. But you have to find out a great thing. I mean, they have been given, I mean, I think they're blessed that with their style, with their fashion, with their statement, at least for 10-12 years, they are entertaining people. How come? If they are not an actor.
Talented.
I had worked with Rituparna Ghosh, you know, I have done around 9 films from Chokher Bali to all. He used to say that when we were working with, the packaging of Chokher Bali was very commercial, Prosenjit, Aishwarya Rai and all. He used to always say every actor, especially the mainstream actor, they're more matured.
Right.
Because they're handling different things.
Right.
Only as a director, we need to find out maybe some kind of a germ and take it out and put it into the audience.
Right.
So that's the reason again a good director comes.
Right. Shesh Pata, do you think these kind of movies where you get to as an artist do so much, but it's made for a certain kind of an audience? Do you think a good film will be enjoyed in a single screen also, and in a multiplex also, in an urban city also, in a small town also?
Very sadly, honestly, very sadly that this has been very it's been always.
It's always.
These are. People used to say, now that word has gone, that these are very arty films or intellectual films. Yeah, that I think has gone because of the growth of multiplexes, that business is there.
Correct.
That if you do even a good film within a budget, so you get a good revenue if the film is good. But when we used to do hardcore commercial film and then we used to do some little off-beat kind of a cinema, then we used to hear that it's an intellectual film, art film, and the actors were also very different of the two genres. So in last 15 years, that all had changed.
Right.
But what you are saying is absolutely right. If the film is good, you know, sometimes we assume that this picture iske liye hai nahi. You know, but I had seen with my experience when it comes to now to OTT just but even when it comes to television. घर पे सब लोग वो पिक्चर देखते हैं. So we sometimes don't go to them. Maybe with a very little serious film, we think that ये उसके लिए है ही नहीं. But how we can underestimate the audience? So like 50, 60, 70 years back, the film used to be really good.
Right,
Bimal
yeah.
Roy और हमारे यहाँ पे भी
Correct.
बंगाली में, they used to be commercially hit and it used to be good film.
Right.
You know, so I think people had, now though they have options to watch in a lot of platforms, but I think film should be given to everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Distribution should be such that it reaches everyone.
Reaches
Then
to
it does well,
everybody, yes.
doesn't do well.
This is, I think, we make it.
Yeah, कि
ये इसके लिए है, वो इसके लिए है.
But the fact is that as much as the trade analysts say and veterans of exhibition industries say and producers say, nobody really knows, right?
Cinema is something nobody knows, you know, I think. And that is the magic of cinema.
Yeah.
If somebody can say कि ये picture करने से ये चलेगा, ये
It's
then
not
तो
a math calculation.
then he is going to become God. Like,
Right.
you know, that's I think, and that's the challenge and magic of cinema, which
Right.
you see every day for the cinema people are the challenges. Like
Right.
you never know what you are doing. आज के ज़माने में तो कम से कम on the set you are seeing what is the frame.
Yeah. पहले
Right.
भी नहीं होता था.
They used to go to the lab, used to come back, then used to go to edit, then used to see what is the final product.
Wow.
So what a kind of a challenge, those directors used to take.
Correct. Yeah, and also for actors, directors'
We don't
eyes
know.
is everything. Yeah.
Whatever we had done, then they will make the film and maybe हम लोग जाके थोड़ा सा edit पे देखते थे क्या हुआ scene.
Right.
But there's no rectification.
Right. How do you manage to, I'm talking about your physicality. If you have to lose weight for a role and show your bones in a t-shirt like you said, and the next one you're well built and all that and a healthy person, does it takes a toll on your body? How do you manage that?
Yeah, that is some little bit of difficulty, and yeah, it takes a little bit of But I love to do it and do it, but I do it with the help of medication, but not steroid.
Okay.
Of course, not steroid. And as it is, I have a very proper plan of my food habit, exercise, and all. But what I do, I go for a crush dieting kind of a thing. Like if you say about Shesh Pata, I did a raw dieting for around 2 months.
Okay.
I mean, you can't eat anything which is raw. Only you have to have. So options are very few. So that kind of a thing. But again, I regain. I take 2 months gap, then I regain with my exercise and my proper food habit. I have my team. So, but hey, थोड़ा सा तो
it takes a toll.
There is, yeah. Especially we all are aging, so it takes time, yeah.
Right.
The sad part is that we don't get that much of time because we are from regional industry. We have a budget, we have our release plans. We can't take 3 years to do a film.
Right.
So I think the challenges lies there with the regional actors or maybe who wants to do this kind of a challenge that we need to join the next shoot maybe after 3 to 5 months.
Right.
Maybe I could have done after 3 years another film, but the economy of regional films are not that.
Right. But do you believe we've reached a point now that regional is the new global?
Yeah, that day I met, he's a very good friend of mine, Subodh Bhave, who's like, we normally go to festivals when he watches my film and I do watch his film. So he's a great actor also. Right. See, I think this is a very right time, all of us.
Right.
I really am enjoying this time. And not me, I'm talking about my next generation. I think now we can say that we are Indian content provider. I really want to say this.
Right.
Let's not talk that we are doing a film or a short film or a OTT or whatever. Even a 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour short film can be a viral.
Yeah.
So I think this is a very right time for all of us to do. Even technicians, there's so much of good technicians are coming out.
Right.
When I know all of this great art director, editor, who had worked with me maybe just 7 years back, they are in Bombay and doing so much of work.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Prosenjit Chatterjee. You are watching Bollywood Hungama. Love you.